It's about 3:15, and it's almost too early to be doing this, but I was going to write this down. I just got the feeling that I need to be up and making a video. I don't know why, but it's comforting. The dream that I had, it still kind of shakes me. So I kind of like the feeling of connecting right now with anyone out there who's watching this video, or who may be at some point when it's posted. I'm feeling pretty alone right now, which it's okay, but it was a long day, and I get home and just strip off clothes and just lay down in bed, and it's not hard for me to find a reason to really relax. I've been playing a lot with working with astral tunnels and sigils, gates. So I had a number of sigils, and a sigil is a geometric pattern that embraces the vibrational frequency of a particular entity, and so when you are focusing on that entity, you can use the sigil to contact it no matter where it is in the multiverse, and it opens up direct lines of communication. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to talk with it directly, but it's like picking up the phone at least and giving it a ring. Oftentimes things answer back. So usually before I go to sleep, I will light a candle and let my eyes gaze softly on the flame for about 5 to 6 minutes, and I'll put out the candle and then close my eyes, and I can still see the flame or the light of it as usually a white or red dot as I close my eyes. I use this energy, which is, it'll show you where your third eye is. I use this energy to create the sigil in my mind's eye, which creates the astral sigil, and I allow myself to be sucked into the vortex of that. Magic really works on a subatomic level, and I allowed myself to be pulled through this tunnel. For most people, they see a lot of either black tunnel or swirling lights or colors. My tunnels seem to really take on the characteristics of the entities that I'm visiting or going to go visit, and I don't necessarily always see them or be able to talk to them, but through these tunnels I'll generally get pictures, flashes of words, either things that I can see, or it could be things that I hear, music, conversations, pictures, snippets of things that this entity has been a part of in the past, and I get a really good idea of who they are. Sometimes I end up in places that I don't understand, and other times I end up face to face with the entity. Either way, I fell asleep doing this after having some pretty interesting experiences with the Jupiterian entities that I was trying to contact, and a few that are not really clear in where their origins lie. The first part of the dream that I remember is I'm sitting down at a table in a community center that hosts a pretty large pagan community, and I'm using round tarot cards, which I know that there's a round deck somewhere, but these were different than even that. They're personal tarot cards, I think, because I've used them before in dreams, and maybe one day I should actually make them. But I'm doing an astrological wheel where I'm putting a card down for the house of Aries and the house of Taurus, and, you know, all the way down through to Pisces. And each card will tell me what's going on in the house of this astrological sign. All of us, even though we're born under a particular sun sign, moon sign, that sort of thing, we all have the 12 astrological influences that make us up on the astral level. And to be honest, there's actually 13, but we can go on into that at another time. So I don't know who I am supposed to be doing this wheel for, and I'm looking around because it feels like someone had been there, and I'm instantly drawn to the house of Scorpio, which is a real powerful and dark and shaky place, but very necessary energy. In fact, my moon sign is Scorpio. So any type of magical work you do, you actually do it through your moon sign, which is very important for people to know. Most of the astrology these days is absolute bullshit, and they only focus on the sun sign, which is actually one of the least important parts of who you are. Your real general makeup. You need to start learning what your moon sign is. So I see my moon sign. The tower card is in my moon sign, which is pretty auspicious for it to be there. The tower card is one of pretty cosmic energy. And as I realize what I'm looking at, and that I am doing the tarot reading, the astrological wheel for myself, there is a gigantic cracking sound outside, and with very intense strobe lights. And so I immediately go to the window, and it looks like something has fallen from the sky, and I can't really quite get a look at it. And so I'm running outside, and as I get outside, I'm suddenly miles and miles away in a field that feels vaguely familiar, but I can't place why. And I have a bike that I had like when I was 12. And I'm looking, and oh wow, 12 seems to be a pretty prominent, see, this is why I do this, because you talk through them and things start to make sense again. 12 is going to be a prevalent number here. 12 astrological, age 12. Okay, that might be somewhere I need to look. So I'm age 12, and I can see there's a lot of activity going on wherever this was. It's nighttime. There's huge flashes of lights. I can hear screaming and people yelling, but I'm miles and miles away from it. And I know immediately I need to be home by surprise midnight or 12, and that it's approaching midnight, and I'm going to be in trouble if I'm not home, wherever that is. And in this brilliant night sky above me that has planets now fading in and out of view, and parts of the sky illuminating and then fading away, which are astral images that I see when I'm with Odin, who is the Wonder Father, and not just a one-eyed Viking that most people see, but truly a giant cosmic entity. Odin is huge. Discs begin to appear above me, huge discs that numbered 12 again, and they were UFOs, and it was a massive night sky a visitation. They were so big and so hyper real, and I just was in awe. And my my focus again shifted to where the Scorpio house would be, and this UFO showed me some very personal images that would fit very well in the house of Scorpio. And I screamed out to them as I realized that I was dreaming, you know, what time is it for humanity? Where are we right now? And there was a voice behind me that said, and he used my true magical name and not just Bearheart, so I knew this entity was directing this at me. He said humanity is in the time of its greatest chance or its greatest peril, and the UFOs flashed in a way that let me know that it was 11 o'clock for the hour. The hour was 11 for humanity, and we either now wake up and reclaim who we are and throw off the shackles of slavery, of spiritual slavery, economic slavery, political slavery, physical slavery, and we embrace who we are as a people and who we are as individuals, and we protect our cultural rights, and we celebrate our diversity, and we celebrate what makes us different and celebrate that as what makes us special and what makes everyone special around us, and we forego these false complexes that are illusions, that we need wars, that we need perpetual debt, and all the illusions of the Illuminati, or we're doomed. I got this, and they told me things that I'm not going to repeat probably to anyone ever, but we really need to move into a new space. We really need to reclaim our astral world, because I mean, I really think this is a 2012 message. We're moving into 2011, which is what they were showing me in this giant UFO cosmic clock above me. And so we're counting down. We're very much counting down. There's some other things that happened in there that I don't feel comfortable putting out on a video. There were some entities that came in that just really disturbed me in their discussion about what would happen to humanity and what they're looking forward to being able to do. Much of the reptilian Illuminati agenda is being held back by entities, interdimensional beings that do either they're in direct opposition to the reptilians themselves, or they are morally opposed to what's going on, and just in general feel as though humanity requires some assistance, but I don't really know how much they can assist. It's really up to us. This is a make it or break it in humanity's time, and I really feel that unlocking the astral world is going to be a powerful tool for us. And I just feel like I really needed to get that out there, and maybe this will affect someone in a positive way.